Oh, that fast, I don't know how many we sold.
The boxes jammed with merchandise stood little chance of survival. They were gobbled up and carted off.
I think it's great that they got it out so soon. I think the color scheme is great, and I think Vince can call the team whatever he wants to. It's his team. It'll grow on all of us.
You know, that's interesting. He says it's growing on all of us. As the night has progressed, more and more people I ask about the nickname, Andy, like Devil Rays. It's kind of growing on them. They're starting to like it. One more thing, Andy. How about Lou Piniella for manager? How's that for early speculation?
Well, then you get an argument from the Tony La Russa people.
Yeah.
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 I mean, they're both Bay Area kids. You know, they want to come back home. By the way, you know, Colin, if you were smart, I know you are, you'd buy up as much merchandise as you could just in case they change the name. Then it'll be worth more money.
You know, it's interesting. They have two different caps, Andy. They have the one that we showed you earlier, the one at the end of that piece, and then there was one that Vince Naimoli was wearing, and people have been speculating they change 4 or 5 times, they'll make more money.
Yeah, that's true. How come we're not in on that?
It's a good question.
All right, let's go back to Frank. Frank, I got one other note for you, too. You know, people are saying, why now? Why did baseball decide to give St. Petersburg and Tampa a franchise? I think we've been shunned so many times, they really owed it to this area to do that. But also, legally, St. Petersburg had an ace in a hole. I'm talking about some legal action here. Baseball would have been out millions and millions and millions of dollars had that gone through. Baseball knew about that, and certainly now with the strike, they're in no position to lose any more money.
Andy, let me ask you about the 3-year wait, though. I mean, hey, it's finally here. We're not going to complain, except that my recollection is when the Rockies and Marlins came into the National League, it was only a 2-year wait. Is that right?
Well, here again, you know, I don't think they want Mr. Coangelo to play in a temporary ballpark. And now with this referendum going through in Phoenix, they're going to have the brand-new ballpark, but it won't be ready until 1998. So I think, actually, it's probably a pretty good break for them. Jerry said to me today that I think I like it this way now. Maybe 97 in a smaller park, a temporary park, would not have been great. Now we can open with a brand-new team in a brand-new facility. And, of course, Vince went along with that. He says, fine, I don't care, 97, 98. We've waited so long, it doesn't matter.
But the Phoenix situation did kind of drive this thing as far as the timetable.
Oh, sure,
yeah.
Definitely, yeah. What they did, it was sort of like an auto race, like a NASCAR race. They were drafting one another, you know? Yeah. They pulled each other along, and it certainly helped, yeah.
Okay, Andy, we'll get back to you in just a few minutes.
Okay, Frank.
Thousands of fans are head over heels, of course, because we finally have a team, but they're in a tailspin over the not-so-popular name. Some young sluggers at Williams School put their ideas up to bat. Check out this jersey, the Sun Rays. Or how about the Rattler Rays? Now, there's an intimidating opponent. You want a purebred logo? Well, try the Fighting Rays on for size. Here's the phone number. If the name Devil Rays isn't growing on you yet, here's another option, the Manta Rays. The team set up a special line so you can pick up and call 288-8035 to vote.
Coming up on the Battle for Baseball, they're out of the boxes and on the racks. The Devil Rays hit the stores and registers are ringing. And it's play ball for the folks in Phoenix, too. We'll have a live report from the home of the Diamondbacks.
After years of curveballs, the Bay Area finally slides into home plate in the battle for baseball. But we're not the only city celebrating tonight. The Diamondbacks, so folks in Phoenix just walking on air tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Deborah Becker joins us live now from the other city with a new ball team. Deborah?
That's right, Frank. I've got something new on under my jacket that I want to show you, the brand new Phoenix Diamond Rays t-shirt. And I want to let you know I'm wearing this for demonstration purposes only. I plan to get a Devil Rays shirt as soon as I get back to Tampa. But I'll also tell you it's very hard not to get caught up in all the excitement here.
But I think we're about ready to get to the point in time of history in the state of Arizona.
They're hot off the presses, 1,000 an hour, 24,000 a day.
Oh, I can't wait. Been waiting a long time.
They're an oasis in what was just yesterday a baseball desert, and these fans can't get enough to quench their thirst.
I don't even know the price, but I know I have to buy them.
I love them.
But just like in the Bay Area, there are some here, like Joyce Grossman, who do not like the team's logo. But as a good baseball fan, she's buying a shirt anyway.
I'm not too keen on having a snake as the logo, but the colors are wonderful on it.
Would you want to trade it for a Devil Ray?
Oh, heavens, no.
But hey, we just hit a grand slam today, and no one knows better how we feel than our friends here in the desert.
And Frank, if you look at this shirt is the one that I promised you at 6 o'clock. I'll be expecting my Devil Ray shirt when I get back.
The pressure's on, Deborah. They're in great demand, as you might imagine. You know what, I'm struck by the parallel between our two areas, because for years, the Phoenix area has had spring training like we've had, but no Major League Baseball.
Absolutely right. And many people that I've spoken to here in Phoenix say, well, we have spring training. That's fine with us. And they were not as excited about baseball as we were. They just said, well, we have spring training and that's fine. I think in Tampa Bay, though, it's different because we've wanted it for so long, and we had an empty stadium that we looked at all the time that needed to be filled, which created more pressure and more desire for baseball than they feel here, although, of course, everybody's thrilled here, too.
And now they get to begin construction on their new stadium, which is a dome as well, but I believe it's a retractable dome, isn't it? Isn't that the plan?
That's right. It's a retractable dome, and it's also the first one that will have real grass inside, and they're having a news conference to talk about that some more tomorrow. It won't be completed for another 3 years.
All right, Deborah, thanks very much. Well, here in the Bay Area, champagne's flowing as long frustrated baseball fans celebrate the dawning of a new era in Tampa Bay sports history. In bar rooms and restaurants, there's reason to cheer, all hailing Vince Naimoli and St. Petersburg officials who helped make the Devil Rays a reality. Signs of this historic day cry out in downtown St. Pete.
Those critics of the dome, when it was first built, I don't believe we would have gotten a team if we didn't have a dome.
I would have been down here last night if I could have put it up. Come down first thing in the morning, put up Devil Rays, and give my support for the Tampa Bay area and the new baseball team we got here.
Some fans will profit off the Bay Area's new baseball team, especially companies already churning out T-shirts with Devil Rays logos. Next stop for these shirts, store shelves, where they will not stay long. Fans went into a buying frenzy, in fact, today, with the first release of official Devil Ray T-shirts. Buyers flooded JCPenney's, Dillard's, and Fanfare stores. The manufacturer estimates T-shirt sales alone are worth $800,000 gross just by this weekend. Within minutes, the shelves were stripped bare. Fans were yanking the T-shirts right off the carts. Other gear, like hats and sweatshirts, won't be available until sometime next week. Field of Dreams, there were some realists. So up next.
In the Field of Dreams, there were some realists. Up next, the folks with high hopes and deep pockets. Now they have a team. Who owns the Devil Rays? We'll profile the folks behind home plate. And we've got the franchise. Now, who do we get to play ball? Andy Hardy drafts his dream team when the battle for baseball continues.
The battle for baseball. We finally have a home team, and the team already has a home at the Dome. So what does all this mean financially? Well, bringing baseball to Tampa Bay requires tens of millions of dollars. It begins with a $155 million franchise fee, then add millions more for startup costs and stadium preparations. Where does that money come from? Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nichols introduces us to Tampa Bay's baseball investors.
If you've ever wondered what the view is like from an ownership box, here you go. This is the owner's box for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the baseball owners will probably enjoy similar ambiance. It's not as posh as you might think. Here are the seats. There are 18 of those, and a little bit more comfortable than the hard plastic seats as regular folks have. Little place here to put your drink. Where's the drink come from? Well, behind the seats are a couple of high tables with bar stools and a wet bar. And off to the side of the wet bar, are you getting the idea? This place is not huge. There are facilities, private facilities for one. And who might use those facilities?
Tampa Bay's baseball effort is led by Vincent J. Naimoli and the Tampa Bay Baseball Ownership Group.
Well, here they are, as presented in a sales video shown last fall to baseball's expansion committee. Of course, we all know Vince Naimoli, managing general partner. That means he threw the most money into the pot. Tampa attorney Rex Ferrier has also become a well-known face the past couple of years. Lesser known, but still big investors include Mark Bostic of Auburndale. He owns one of the largest diversified transportation companies in the country. And Lance Ringhaver of Tampa made his baseball investment dollars selling heavy construction equipment.
And when the reality really sets in and when the first pitch is thrown, I think that's when it's really it really gets exciting.
Then there are newer investors like Bob Basham, one of the founders of the Outback restaurant chain. Chris Sullivan threw in some more Outback dollars. Another set of double investors, Martin Jacobson and his brother Richard Jacobson. They built, sold, and still run a big sportswear company based in Tampa. Finally, there's P.J. Benton of St. Petersburg, baseball's first African-American female owner. Ms. Benton shies away from publicity, but her husband tells us she prefers football.
But I'm pretty sure she liked baseball, too.
Are you going to encourage her? Because you like baseball.
I like baseball. I'm going to encourage her. We'll go to some games.
Ms. Benton parlayed her fortune from a couple of golden arches and other fast food investments. Owning part of a baseball team might not be as lucrative, but at least you get a special seat. In St. Petersburg, Steve Nichols, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
There are also 3 Bay Area corporate investors: Florida Progress, which owns Florida Power, the Home Shopping Network, and a Sarasota insurance company called Risk Corp. The owners pump millions of dollars into the franchise, and they expect a hefty return, but the team can also mean millions for the community. These are the owners of a sports bar to be. They'll build it right across the street from the Dome. They're not alone with visions of a revitalized downtown. The cash flow Dome supporters dream of may just eat right out of the hands or gloves of a Major League ball team. And in just one season alone, baseball could attract 3.5 million visitors to the Bay Area. Andy Hardy live from the celebration at the Dome when we come right back. Baseball fans of the Bay Area have a new spring in their step tonight and a new team to call their very own the Devil Rays. Our new team has a home, a name, even a logo. But which players are best suited to put on that Tampa Bay Devil Rays uniform? How about some homegrown ball players? Andy Hardy joins us again live now from the Thunderdome. Andy, wake up.
Oh, Frank, I'm sorry. Doing a little daydreaming here. Because here is the very first Rays uniform. This is the game uniform, folks. This is it. Very first one to come off the press. I was daydreaming about who's going to be the first guy to wear one of these uniforms. I'm saying, why not some homegrown people? Actually, some of the people might be like high school students around here. Who knows? I was just thinking, if I had the team, if I was Vince Naimoli, who would I have right now? At first base, we'll go with Fred McGriff, a proven all-star. Fred came to the big time in '86. He's one reason why the Braves have been strong contenders. Our second baseman is Brandon's Jody Reed, a one-time Met. Reed has the great glove, and he's a young 32, so he has a few years of solid defense left. Now we're going to use Kurt Abbott at short. Kid from Boca Ciega was originally with the A's, but he came to the Marlins in a trade, so he still has a long career ahead. At third, Wade Boggs is the choice. Naturally, he's the perennial American League batting champion, and he might as well play at home before he heads to Cooperstown. In left field, Luis Gonzalez, another Tampa product. He's one star the Houston Astros didn't trade away, but we're going to make Houston an offer they can't refuse. Derek Bell starts in center for us. We've known him since his Little League days at Belmont Heights, and that was about the same time big league scouts were checking him out. In right, Gary Sheffield, the nephew of Dwight Gooden. He's only 26, but already has logged 6 years of Major League ball, and certainly he's going to be happy playing at home. The catching duties will be handled by Pat Borders of Lake Wales. We like the way he calls pitches, and helping the Blue Jays to a world championship doesn't hurt. Now, as far as pitching, we're going to go with the left-hander, Kenny Rogers. Not the singer, but he does have a record, and that came during the '94 season when he pitched a perfect game. And now to the managers and coaches. We can use Lou Piniella. Certainly he's too far away from home. The same goes for Tony La Russa, the Jefferson kid. He's just spent too much time on the left coast. Now, to help these two youngsters, we're going to call upon Don Zimmer. He's from St. Petersburg and has been around the game since he broke in with the Dodgers back in 1954. All right, that's the dream team. And I'll tell you what, they're going to be proud to play here at the Thunderdome and wear this uniform. That's what they're going to be doing. But, you know, I'm going to start another rumor, Frank. I'm going to say this right now. I mean, this is a pretty good thought, isn't it? You'll love this.
I'm ready.
I think the Arizona team should come to Florida for spring training, right?
And we should go to Arizona.
We should go to Arizona. I wouldn't mind spending 6 weeks out there.
I thought you were going to put Shoeless Joe Jackson on that dream team of yours.
Shoeless Joe?
Yeah.
No. I was thinking of a lot of other. Memo Luna would have been one of my favorite pitchers. You don't remember Memo Luna?
No.
Yeah, he pitched about 3 games for the Cardinals back in the 50s. Don't know what happened to him.
Well, Al Lopez ought to get honorable mention there, too, shouldn't he?
Al should be a consultant, I think, of some kind. Sure.
You like that?
Why not? I mean, the man won 111 ball games in 1 year.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, apparently.
Listen, my friend, you've known what you've been doing a long time, and you really proved it this week, and I want to congratulate you for making this call on Monday of this week, and you had to run a marathon, and you had to run it at a sprinter's pace.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the statement Monday, that it was a lock. When I got there were some people who told me that it was a certainty. So, you know, it's not that it wasn't a guess. It really wasn't.
No,
a
I
guess.
know it wasn't.
I guess I've been around so long that, man, they trust me, I guess. I don't know.
I think an educated opinion is what it was.
But I'm glad I shared it with you.
We are too. Andy, thanks so much. We'll see you
pal.
tonight at 10 o'clock.
All right.
Well, it's been an exhausting and exhilarating day, as Vince Naimoli called it, the greatest day in Tampa Bay history. We want to thank you for joining us. We'll be back for Eyewitness News Primetime at 10. Have a great evening. Good evening, everyone. One word says it all, victory. The Tampa Bay area finally has our very own Major League Baseball team, the Devil Rays.
To award expansion franchises to Tampa, St. Petersburg.
We've been telling you all week it was a done deal, and today it finally happened. Sports Director Andy Hardy was in Palm Beach today to witness history in the making. He's here now with us to relive that excitement. Andy?
Well, Frank, first of all, after following this story, I guess, for over a decade and a half, I was saying, what's going to go wrong in Palm Beach? This time, nothing. But it took 17 years, 7 rejections, but still, Bay Area fans and business people are persistent. Vince Naimoli shelled out the big bucks to join Jerry Coangelo as the 29th and 30th baseball club owners. While Naimoli wasn't the first to try to bring us baseball, he didn't quit when there were times others would have thrown in the towel. The waiting paid off. Tampa Bay now has the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
I think it's going to be the most successful new logo ever introduced in sports. And the other part of the big news today is we're really asking the fans to help pick the first name, whether it's going to be Devil Ray or whether it's going to be Manta Ray. And there's going to be some ads in the paper starting tomorrow, and let them help us pick that first name. But the big joy today is just getting named.
During the official announcement, I talked with Yankee owner George Steinbrenner, who agreed perseverance paid off.
I know that the people sometimes, Andy, may have felt, you know, well, we're not going to get it. It's not coming. It's not coming. But they didn't give up. And the Rick Dodges of the world and the Moleys of the world, they never gave up. That's important.
After the ceremony in Palm Beach, Naimoli headed home. But before the plane landed, he was talking like a veteran owner.
Well, I think the sides have to get back together, and I think they have to negotiate a settlement.
The first to greet the new owner at home was his daughter. But later in the evening, thousands thanked Vince at the Thunderdome. Frank, I know we're talking about 1998 here, but still, that's going to come quickly, and Vince has a lot of work to do between now and then.
And I'm sure he'll get started right away.
Hopefully.
Okay, thanks, Andy. Well, tonight, ESPN baseball expert Peter Gammons is reporting the Devil Rays will play in the American League, but no final decision has been made yet.
Well, no matter what league the Devil Rays play in, diehard baseball fans are celebrating tonight, celebrating the culmination of 17 years of trying to get a team here. Eyewitness sports anchor Colin Cowherd is live in the Thunderdome, where a big party took place earlier this evening. Colin?
Karen, these seats are empty now, but they won't be empty for long because if excitement equals season tickets, this place is going to be full pretty soon. And it was buzzing today about noon.
All right.
It wasn't long after the announcement was made in Palm Beach that the shirts and hats followed at the Thunderdome.
You know, we got to wait another 3 years for it to come, but at least we know now that we do have a team.
Thanks.
Then Vince Naimoli arrived. He began the day as a possible major league owner and was now being greeted like a rock star.
Get your name.
AP! AP!
The city that was once snubbed was now playing ball.
We got a team, finally, after all these years.
They unveiled their logo and even a team song.
Hey, Tampa Bay, let's play ball, everyone. We're the Devil Rays.
Fans were so relieved to get a team, even that nickname that was summarily rejected 2 days ago was starting to sound okay.
It grows on you. I'm not sure yet.
Did you like it initially?
No. Like she said, it grows on you.
Yeah, it does grow on you. Vince Naimoli is popular now, but as George Steinbrenner can attest, it's hard to be very popular owning a baseball team in the city in which you own it. Vince Naimoli, maybe 7, 8 years down the road, if the team's not doing well and he hasn't signed that big superstar, may not be as popular, but he is tonight. The fans like him, and he is very happy with them. Karen?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Colin. And remember, there's another victory celebration Saturday at Vinoy Park in St. Petersburg, and that all starts at 4.
All over the Bay Area tonight, it's tough to get your hands on any type of Devil Ray merchandise. The stuff is hot, and it's selling out fast. Eyewitness News reporter Dave Monsees has that story tonight.
What some people won't go through just to buy into Devil Ray mania.
I left work at 5:30.
Go Devil Rays.
I went down to the Thunderdome.
An hour and a half earlier, the Devil Ray T-shirts hit the stores. At the Pennies in the West Shore Mall, people just grabbed the shirts right off the carts. They never even made it to the shelves. Baseball, it seems, has a way of making people throw caution to the wind. Each shirt goes for $16. Hey, guys, does it matter how much these cost?
Not at all.
Doesn't matter?
Not at all. We'll pay anything for them.
Pay anything at all?
Sure, why not?
The initial rush was so strong, people were taking the T-shirts off the carts coming up from downstairs. The display store dummies never got T-shirts. People were too busy picking them up, taking them away.
Only black T-shirts. I wanted the gray.
Yeah.
And he said, but you could go to Ferg Sports Bar to get some T-shirts.
At Pennies alone, the projection is the T-shirts will gross $800,000 in just the next 3 days. The manager is very happy.
Well, it was a little better than we anticipated.
By the end of the day, the shirts were a virtual sellout, and our determined shopper, who got off work too late, finally struck gold.
Went over to Ferg Sports Bar, and voila, I found a T-shirt.
In the next few days will come the hats, sweatshirts, and other gear. No doubt our determined shopper will find those, too.
Go Rays!
Dave Monsees, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, if the name Devil Rays isn't making waves with you yet, there is another option, the Manta Rays. Vince Naimoli has set up a special phone line so you can pick between the two. Just call 288-8035 to vote. The lines are open until April 2nd.
Whether you like the name or not, the Devil Rays are the talk of the town tonight. And for an area rich in baseball tradition, the feeling tonight is it's about time. Eyewitness News reporter Jennifer Jones is live at a spring training game in Sarasota tonight. Jennifer?
Well, Karen, this is the hot spot to catch a glimpse of the major league teams, but every year, within 6 weeks, it's all over, and the big guys are out of here. That's all going to change.
Run a soft season.
We got you right this way. Right this way, please.
Baseball fans turning out to major league teams on training fields during spring training. It's about as good as the baseball gets in the Bay Area. But 3 years from now, it's a whole different ball game. No more goodbye to the majors, even when spring training is long gone.
We've been trying to get one around here for quite a few years. The Sox never came, and now we finally got one.
The closest one we've ever had for us is Atlanta Braves, and that's all we ever had to until we brought the Marlins into the scene. But the Marlins is still in Miami. That's 300 miles away.
But in 1998, the Devil Rays will be as close as the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, a permanent major league home.
It's pretty cool because I'm going to go up there sometime because I want to see how they play, because when Tampa Bay Lightning came out, the first game they had, I went right up there.
And as good as this all may be, there is one slight problem amongst the fans.
The Devil Rays is not the right name for that team. They should be called the Tampa Bay Pterodactyls.
Well, I think it should be called the Manta Rays or Sun Rays or something like that, not the Devil Rays.
Second baseman, Frank.
And they are not the only ones who do not like the new name. In our exclusive Eyewitness News telepoll, 98% of the people who called in say they do not like the new name. 2%, however, say they do like it. Back to you, Karen.
Thanks very much, Jennifer. I think it's kind of growing on people, too. Thanks.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, the Tampa Bay Rays will no doubt bring a lot of sports fans to the Bay Area. That means bucks, big bucks.
The stage is set, and now we're in a position to allow the private sector and the marketplace to react.
The Major League team is expected to pump more than $125 million new dollars into the local economy. Part of downtown St. Petersburg is already set aside for redevelopment, a rebirth of sorts that the Dome supporters hoped for years ago. To the north and west of the Dome are large tracts of land, many with older buildings on them, that are waiting for a facelift.
When we get done, it'll be...
Dick Feinberg is one of those who's banking on baseball. Just hours after the expansion announcement, he broke ground for a new sports bar. It'll sit right across the street from the Thunderdome. He plans on serving food and spirits to some of the 3.5 million people expected to visit every year for baseball.
And we aren't the only ones celebrating tonight. Tampa Bay has a kind of sister city in this whole expansion deal. Phoenix, Arizona also awarded a franchise today. Their team will be called the Arizona Diamondbacks. Eyewitness News reporter Deborah Becker is the only Bay Area TV reporter in Phoenix covering that part of the story. And Deborah joins us now live. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Karen. You're right that Phoenix is our sister city and all this, but clearly she is the less enthused of the two cities, and that's because Phoenix already has another love.
Yes, some people are excited.
I am psyched. I love baseball. Baseball's great.
But for the most part, what you don't see in Phoenix tonight is the kind of enthusiasm you do see in the Bay Area. Part of it is concern about the baseball strike.
Well, we're going to have hot dogs, and we're going to have apple pie, and we're going to have Chevrolet. But are we going to have baseball?
Some in Phoenix resent paying a penny sales tax to build this $230 million baseball stadium, complete with real grass and a retractable roof.
Well, we pay high enough as it is, and if they're going to bring something to the valley that's not going to benefit us, why pay for it?
And the Suns have a
But one of the biggest reasons people are not jumping up and down in Phoenix is that their hearts are with the Suns. And right now, there just doesn't seem to be any room for anything else.
When the Suns go down, it may change. You know, they're on, with Charles Barkley, they're on a high.
After all, Diamondback T-shirts are selling well, and hearts, especially of sports fans, are a fickle thing.
And late tomorrow afternoon, there is a very big public news conference scheduled here in Phoenix to discuss baseball and the new stadium. About 2,000 people are expected to show up, and then their big baseball bash here will be on Saturday. Karen?
Just like ours. Thank you very much, Deborah. And Deborah is going to stay in Phoenix through the next week to also cover the football meetings. That's when new Bucs owner Malcolm Glazer is expected to be approved by the National Football League. And there are certainly some variations, as we were saying, on the name Devil Rays. In fact, we have some creative examples to share with you tonight.
Some kids from Williams Elementary School provide us with these drawings of what the Rays logo should look like. Let's take an example here if we can. The Tampa Bay Laser Rays. How about that? Tampa Bay's Silver Rays. Karen, show us a couple.
I like this. The Tampa Bay Sun Rays, bright yellow jerseys. The Heat Rays. The Tampa Bay Stingrays, stinging to the top, he says, and the Tampa Bay's Electric Rays. We're electrifying.
I love this one. Tampa Bay's Exploding Rays. And there's a little stick of dynamite right down here. And Tampa Bay Killer Rays. Well, Vince Naimoli said he didn't want a real negative name. I guess that would be slightly negative.
Yeah.
But these kids did a great job.
Yes, they did. Very creative.
Also, some more show and tell.
That's right.
Both the St. Petersburg Times and Tampa Tribune have memorable editions today.
That's right. In fact, the Times calls this its collector's edition.
Yep, and you can see that it says, "We got 'em." I should open it up here. Or "We got it." And the Devil Rays logo and a ball and glove right there.
And not to be outdone, the Tribune came out with this extra with a big, bold headline that says it all. We got a team. And a picture down here of Vince Naimoli holding the same newspaper. We got a team.
That's a neat trick.
Isn't it, though? I was very impressed by that. Well, before we move on to the day's other news, we want to tell you about more of our special baseball coverage tonight. At 10:40, Andy Hardy will have even more reaction on today's big announcement, an announcement almost 2 decades in the making. And at 10:45, Chip Carter tells us what's next for the Devil Rays and where we go from here. So don't go anywhere.
And when we come back, several other big stories involving sports stars. First, O.J. Simpson, the detective accused of being a racist, finally...
Let me help Vince here. Just pull that thing up, and there's the logo. The group awarded the franchise today. By the way, the vote was 28-0. Phoenix also comes into the league with the Rays. Jerry Coangelo is going to call his club the Arizona Diamondbacks, but Vince thinks he's come up with the better of the two nicknames.
Is that they anticipated our sales of merchandise would be an all-time high for sale of sports merchandise. I might tell you that the orders that we're receiving from retailers are certainly underscoring that.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. The Gators were a basketball Cinderella team reaching the
Major League Baseball team. Here's what they're going to be called, the Devil Rays. And today, people were literally fighting for anything with a Devil Rays logo on it. But this man, team owner Vince Naimoli, says he may change the name to Manta Rays. The fans show they don't like the name Devil Rays. And tonight, hundreds of fans gather at the Thunderdome to celebrate our new baseball team.
So tonight we know the Devil Rays, or Manta Rays, will start playing at the Thunderdome in 1998. But a lot has to happen in the next 3 years before we can play ball. Here's Eyewitness News anchor Chip Carter.
Tampa Bay has a team, and they'll play in the Thunderdome as soon as Vince Naimoli gets a lease.
As a matter of fact, we have to have that done in a very next short period of time. I believe it's within the next 2.5 weeks or so.
The state will give St. Petersburg $22 million to get that Thunderdome baseball ready.
We'll have to put some artificial turf in there, build dugouts, locker rooms, some 50 boxes will have to be big, luxury boxes. So scoreboards, a lot to be done just to prepare it for baseball.
But $22 million may not be enough. It could take $30, $35 million. So where does the money come from?
I would hope as an elected official that we wouldn't have to go back to public funds to complete the project, but I wouldn't rule that out. Certainly, the first avenue to explore is the corporate support side and seeing what kind of dollars are available there.
Finding the funds won't be a problem. If it was, Naimoli would not be standing here. So here it is, Tampa Bay's newest pro franchise. It is the biggest kid on the block, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. We don't know yet what league they will be playing in, American or National, but we do know this. Opening day is 1998. In Palm Beach, Chip Carter, Channel 13, Eyewitness Sports.
Of course, the other team awarded today went to Phoenix. They're called the Arizona Diamondbacks. Both teams will have to pay an expansion fee of $100.
Dome has a team to call it home. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Marty Matthews.
Bay Area sports fans rejoice over the Devil Rays.
After 18 years of fighting to join the big leagues, St. Petersburg's Thunderdome has a team.
New at 11 o'clock, the hoopla in front of the dome has died down tonight, but not the excitement.
Lisa Pront is live from a sports bar next door to the dorm. Are they still partying? It looks like it.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, but take a look at this. This is the hat. We are the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and I'm just excited as everyone else because I grew up here. It has been such a roller coaster ride of emotion for all of us here. Out and down. But we finished the ride. It's over. We got a team. Let's go.
Just as soon as the good news was announced, Devil Ray fever took over.
25 cents a copy.
Fans began collecting anything with the team's new name. Merchandise on sale at the Thunderdome flew off the walls. More than 500 caps and 1,300 shirts sold out in 2 hours. It's quite a sight for Annie Fernandez, who remembers when St. Petersburg residents fought over whether to build a stadium without a team.
But I believed that it was supposed to be, so I went out and got petition signatures and all that stuff, and we finally got it now. We got baseball in St. Pete.
Vince Naimoli, just in from his victorious meetings in Palm Beach, was quick to credit the fans who kept pushing for a team.
Just don't give up, don't give up. And I'll tell you, with people like this, with fans like this, it would be a shame to ever give up. And we haven't given up, and here we are.
Yeah. Supporters found they couldn't give up, not with Tampa Bay, the nation's largest area, without a major league team. And with all the letdowns and close calls in the last 18 years of the baseball pursuit, fans say the realization that it's finally happened is slowly sinking in.
I believe it now. I've been sitting with my fingers crossed for about a week like everyone else, but I really believe it now.
So here we are at Ferg Sports Bar, finally the home of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. You see this hat? Very rare commodity, but they will have some more Saturday for the big victory party at Vinoy Park. Marty?
Isn't it a work day tomorrow?
What? I can't even hear you.
Isn't it a work day tomorrow, Lisa?
Is it a work day tomorrow?
Yeah.
For me, yes. For everybody here, I don't think so.
Looks like fun, doesn't it?
And is that her hat?
I don't know. I think she may have stolen it from somebody.
And we'll have more on the Vinoy party and team merchandise coming up in just a little bit later on in the newscast. Well, from jilted to jubilant.
32,000.
Vince Naimoli, the Tampa Bay businessman, said this was his final at-bat in his bid for baseball. And as Al Keck reported,
I think he did a great job for the Bay Area, and I hope everybody support the man because he did a heck of a job.
Make no mistake about it, one man is the man they've come to see today, and that's the man who brought the baseball team to Tampa Bay. Vince Naimoli, today's hometown hero.
He is
awesome. I love him. He's like winning the lottery. He is the best.
It certainly has been a banner day for the down-home industrialist. But even though he was mobbed at every turn, Naimoli feels it's really the fans who deserve the credit for making this team happen.
And it was always because of the fan support. It was always because of people like you here today who kept saying, just don't give up, don't give up. And I'll tell you, with people like this, with fans like this, it would be a shame to ever give up.
Naimoli even seems to have fouled off what appeared at first to be a sure strike, the team name.
I've seen the shirts, the colors. Looks pretty cool, so I think it'll grow on me.
And if Devil Rays can grow on us, maybe Vince Naimoli can even learn to live with a little adulation. In St. Petersburg, Bob Kendrick, 28 Tampa Bay News.
Well, thanks to Vince Naimoli and a lot of other people, the St. Pete Thunderdome is a dome of dreams, but it's not quite ready for that first pitch. Getting the peanuts and popcorn inside will be the easy part. Right now, the stadium is set up for Lightning hockey games, though.
Still on fire for all this sports.
Oh, I am ready, right. It's been a long time waiting for this outfit.
Councilman Ed Cole, who voted against building the dome because there was no team, had a change of heart.
I asked the chairman of the city council to change my vote retroactive. We've got a team now. I'm voting for the stadium.
Tampa Bay! They've already named a Little League team for Naimoli, and the players were the first of many seeking his autograph.
Right, it's a great day. It couldn't be any greater, and there aren't going to be many as great as this that come along except for opening day 1998.
Season ticket deposits are still being taken. Some people just wanted to wait until they knew we had a team.
Yes, better late than never.
Team merchandise on sale at the Dome was snatched up quicker than it could be stocked.
As fast as we get them in, they're gone.
Crowds hung around for several hours waiting for new shipments.
Yeah.
We sat here for a couple hours and might as well buy something.
This is the only double side.
That's the only double side. I'll take this. But the shipment of hats that was expected tonight never did come in. These are rapidly becoming collector's items. I'm sure they'll have some more out on the street in a few days. This celebration, incidentally, was just a warm-up. The big celebration, that comes Saturday, starting at 4 o'clock at Benoit Park.
Should be a lot of fun, Rod. Sounds like you've had a great day today.
It has been a great day. I mean, the excitement is just unbelievable. Even after all this time, you still have to pinch yourself to believe that it's really true.
Well, you've certainly been there for now the good times and certainly the bad. Thanks, Rod. Well done.
Of course, modern-day baseball is about more than peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jacks. It is mad merchandising of mass-produced shirts and caps, umbrellas even, that fans are dying to get their hands on. And tonight, News Channel 8's Lance Williams is on the story. Lance?
They were having a devil of a time catching some Rays, Devil Rays, that is, baseball, Tampa Bay.
And then I come in and I find they're just kid sizes.
They're gone.
So we're waiting.
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 As fast as the stores could stock the stuff, fans grabbed it up.
And we want our grandchildren to be the first two in St. John, New Brunswick, to have them.
Finally, their appetite for baseball could be fed.
Do you believe you're buying baseball stuff in Tampa Bay?
Oh, I can't believe it, but thank God the day has come. We waited a long time. Thank you.
In locked and sealed trucks it came, everyone guarding what little surprise was left, guarding it till it was official.
Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Right! All right! And then the moment of truth. The Rays hit the light of day, all purple and yellow and black and blue, a cool-looking logo with that name.
I'd like to tell you a little about our name.
And as Vince Naimoli tried to explain an early miss with the name, fans were already declaring the logo a big hit.
I wasn't real sold on it. And now? The logo's fantastic.
So fantastic, T-shirt makers like Nutmeg Mills are steaming away full speed ahead to meet the demand, which right now is outstripping supply.
And since we won't even have a team for another 3 years, merchandise is key to keeping the Devil Rays in the hearts and minds and pocketbooks of Tampa Bay. In St. Petersburg, Lance Williams, News Channel 8.
And how much does some of this stuff cost? Well, it depends on where you get it. This T-shirt carries a price tag of $16. Others go up to as much as $20. And same for the caps sporting the Devil Rays name.
They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah. What do you think of the logo?
I think it's pretty hot looking, actually.
Yeah.
Good colors. Well, as you know, not everyone is exactly excited over the name Devil Rays. As soon as the name became public knowledge, News Channel 8 commissioned an exclusive bullet poll on this subject. And that poll shows that only 25% of those surveyed prefer the name Devil Rays. A much larger number, 59%, say they prefer the name Manta Rays. 16% weren't sure which name they liked better. Because of the backlash, Vince Naimoli agreed to set up a special telephone number. Fans can vote for either name, Devil Rays or Manta Rays. Now, to choose your favorite, you can call area code 813-288-8035 by Friday, March 17th. That number again is area code 813-288-8035. Now, we've been trying to call the number all night. Lots of folks are doing the same thing.
And that is where we find News Channel 8's Elizabeth Leamy. Elizabeth?
Bob, I tell you, I have been hanging out with the people, the fans, since 9 o'clock this morning. And if you ask me, their exuberance has not worn off at all. Some people are pinching themselves to see if it's real. And it is, folks. Let me introduce you to the future fans of Tampa Bay.
Wait till these young lungs get cheering for a major league team.
Come on, Walter. Give me some hits.
Tampa Bay has always had baseball. Hundreds of little leaguers take to the diamond every night. Some say they can't quite imagine having local heroes to look up to.
It was sort of weird. I saw his shirt and I was like, new team? Strange.
Others want to become local heroes themselves and play for the Tampa Bay Rays.
There's never been a woman in Major League Baseball. And I mean, it's just a real fun sport, and I just really hope to get there.
Some kids hope their favorite players make the majors. Who do you think will make it into the majors first, you or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Adults are acting like kids tonight, and why not? They were a lot younger when St. Pete's quest for baseball began 18 years ago.
It's going to generate a lot of excitement, something that we've been waiting for a long time.
The whole city has been wanting this team, and we're really pumped up and really very happy about it.
Of course, some people still remember the pain of being left at the altar 7 times before.
I think it would have hurt baseball by having the dome in place and the stadium. I think they would have sent out a mixed signal if they didn't give us the team.
No mixed signals this time. The party has begun at Ferg's and around the city of St. Petersburg. And once again, a reminder that the official party is 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon in Vinoy Park, fireworks and the works.
So they'll just take the party you're at now and move it over there Saturday.
They could probably do that.
Okay. Thanks, Liz. And sportsman Chris Thomas is also joining us now. He's been a lifetime baseball fan. In fact, shouldn't admit this, but baseball is his favorite sport of all.
Yeah. Excited about this as anyone today.
It always has been. You know, actually, I'm going to probably get real excited tonight after work because we've been so involved in covering the story. I haven't had really a chance to react personally, emotionally to this. But I think it's tremendous, and I'm going to scream crazily after this is over. But now I'm dignified, of course. Until moving to Tampa Bay 6.5 years ago, I had never lived in a city or in an area in which I could not go and watch Major League Baseball. I was the luckiest kid alive because I grew up watching Mantle and Mays, Aaron and Clemente, and later as an adult, great stars of the 70s and 80s like Brooks and Frank Robinson, Reggie Jackson, and George Brett. How excited am I about all this? Ecstatic is a word that fits very nicely. To watch Vince Naimoli and Rick Dodge today, to watch everyone associated with bringing this great game to Tampa Bay is a marvelous thrill. And for every youngster in Tampa Bay who has never been to a Major League game, you are in for a lifetime treat. I love all sports, but there is truly something special about baseball, as you will all find out beginning in 1998. Tom Corrin joins us now live from the Thunderdome with a look at the people who made this happen, the people with whom our team will be entrusted to in the years to come. Tommy?
Thank you, Chris. It's been at least 17 years now that someone has tried to land a Major League franchise here, and we now have an ownership group that has brought America's game to the Tampa Bay area. Right now, let's take a look at the ownership group that makes up the Devil Rays.
We got a team, finally, after all these years.
Headlining this exclusively local ownership group is managing general partner Vince Naimoli. He parlayed a multi-million-dollar bankroll and persistence to become a member of baseball's coveted fraternity.
And a great feeling was walking into the room just in front of the owners and having Bud Selig introduce us and having the owners give Jerry Colangelo a round of applause. It was a wonderful feeling.
Joining Naimoli as general partners are 3 Tampa Bay area businessmen who are leaders in their respective fields. There's trucking magnate Mark Bostic, owner of Auburndale-based commercial carrier. His quest to become a major league owner started some 7 years ago.
That's great. That's great. We just now look forward to putting our organization together and really start getting down to the business of baseball. You know, really the fun stuff.
The 2 other general partners pioneered Outback Steakhouse into national prominence. They are Outback Chairman Chris Sullivan and President Bob Basham. How about you personally standing in this room first time as a baseball owner?
I haven't thought of it in those terms, but it's pretty exciting. I think it'll start to sink in as we get closer and closer to playing baseball.
Start paying the checks.
You had to bring that up.
Well, of course, there are several other limited investors like Rex Ferrier, Lance Ringhaver, and P.J. Benton. And as I talked to one baseball owner in Palm Beach today, Chris, he told me that this group is as financially viable as any as there is in baseball.
And I'm sure they'll be willing to spend what it takes to put a winner on the field. Thank you very much, Tommy. And we'll talk a little bit later on in the show about organization, what it takes to put together a winning franchise.
They've got some time to think about that, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
All right, Chris, thanks. We'll be seeing you in a bit. The team owners say they wanted to give something back to the community. In a way, they certainly are. Major League Ball will have a major impact on our Bay Area's economy. Diane Roberts joins us now with some facts and figures. Diane?
Hi, Gail. We're here in downtown St. Petersburg with the pier behind us. It's a symbol of St. Pete, of course, and no doubt we'll be seeing a lot of it from coast to coast even as baseball increases the area's worth both athletically and financially. Berg Sports Bar in St. Petersburg has been waiting 2.5 years to make money off of baseball. Hockey's helped a little, but finally, they don't have to wait anymore.
We're financially stable with hockey. With baseball, we are going to be hopefully wealthy.
Berg's is now joined by what can only be described as a business explosion. There are at least 2 new sports-related businesses up and running. Plenty more are under construction or in the planning phases. This is the Silver King Tavern just down the street from Ferg's. Owner Miles Cohen has been working on the place for 3 months and says baseball in the Dome will mean a financial windfall.
The proximity of baseball this close to a business of this sort, it just means all the world to me. I can't put a dollar figure on it for you.
And then there's On Deck, a sports bar that isn't even in the construction stage. They'll be up and running in about a year. Co-owner John Elias says he expects about 60% of his business to come from baseball. But again, that's not until 1998.
It's a question about whether or not we can survive until the baseball season starts, but we hope we can.
And so does Thunder Alley Sports Bar and Cafe. The bar opened in November. Owner Mark Burns was born and raised in St. Petersburg and is betting on baseball to make his place a hit.
It's the continued exposure that we experience by the Dome that keeps businesses like mine with traffic. It'd be a struggle. I mean, it'd be kind of unfair to say it wouldn't be because of the impact baseball will have.
So just how big a hit will baseball be? Devil Ray owner Vince Naimoli estimates the annual economic impact for Tampa Bay will be $130 million. But Major League Baseball officials say it will be much more, closer to $200 million a year. Now, think of all the vendors that supply those people at the sports bar. Think of all the construction that's going to shoot up around the area. And you can see why the economic impact is going to be so great.
Great news, Diane. Thanks. We like to hear those numbers.
For years, Bay Area baseball fans have survived on a steady diet of spring training. Well, now they're going to have the real thing. News Channel 8's John Muller is at the Dome after a night of spring ball in Sarasota. Johnny?
Bob, it's amazing to see how much support here in the Bay Area spring training games get. But as you said, there is nothing like the real deal. And tonight, fans are saying, bring on the Devil Rays. Even replacement players and chilly temperatures can't keep these Sarasota baseball fans away from the park. They love spring training, but they can't wait to get a ticket to the big show.
Happy about Tampa Bay having a team finally. It took them a while, but it ended well, and looking forward to seeing them play.
I'm happy. I'm excited. I hope they do good. It'll be a nice experience for them.
On Bay Area Little League fields, the new team is a hit. It's a dream come true for most of these kids.
I'm excited. We already have tickets and everything. My mom's starting to get them now.
I told my dad that we're going to be the first to get season tickets because I've been very excited for a long time to have a team.
There is one sobering thought amidst all the excitement. Right now, the game is at a low. The strike lingers on, and replacement players are on the field. Some fans are worried.
I just hope they get back together and start playing before our team actually has to come out.
Indeed, the strike is putting a bit of a damper on the expansion move, but baseball season is 3 years away, 1998, and most of the fans we talked with say that everything should be fine by opening day.
That or the replacement players will be really good by then.
One or the other. You got it, Bob.
Thanks, John.
That's a good way to look at it, Bob. Well, today's Major League victory was certainly no overnight success.
Coming up next, look back at the 20-year struggle that landed the Rays in the Thunderdome.
The Dome is banking on seat sales to seal a profit. So are two other teams. So can companies snap up 3 sets of skyboxes?
And boxes of Devil Ray T-shirts and caps are already on the market. So what's the next merchandising move? We'll have the answers shortly. Now, once again, a wild scene at the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg this evening as raucous fans celebrate the official birth of Major League Baseball in the Tampa Bay area. It is no secret there's been a raging rivalry for years between St. Petersburg and Tampa. Will baseball help bring the two cities together? Well, the Tampa Bay Bucks have always insisted they represent the entire Bay Area, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are bringing fans from all over to the St. Pete Thunderdome while the team's new arena is being built across the bay in Tampa. Now, many people wonder whether another pro team will continue to help unify the cities of the Bay Area.
It'll give St. Petersburg one more thing to bring them here for a reason. You know, it'd be nice to have Hillsborough spend some money in Pinellas for a change, as opposed to Pinellas spending money in Hillsborough most of the time.
Some people already feel the Bay Area is becoming more of a true community, but others say St. Petersburg and Tampa will be rivals forever.
Our pursuit of a Major League team has taken us down many a long and winding road. For a look at the history that finally got us to today, we go to Dick Crippen, who's also with the other News Channel 8 crew tonight at the Thunderdome. Good evening, Dick.
Good evening, Gail. Recalling the wonderful moments we had here earlier this evening when the celebration was held with Vince Naimoli and the rest of the group as they returned from West Palm Beach. But, Gail, you pointed out the idea that we do have a tradition with baseball. As a matter of fact, a lot of us who live in this area tend to forget how much baseball is a part of our lives and how much it has been, how much the game really means to all of us. As far as the actual game itself, for longer than most realize, it's been a very major part of St. Petersburg and the Tampa Bay area. Its roots are very long and very, very deep.
Fans who traveled to the Sunshine City waterfront from 1914 through present day see them all. Ruth, Cobb, Musial, Williams, Mantle. The list seems endless. The Phillies, the once Boston Braves, the Cardinals, the Yankees and Mets all look for home runs in the pre-summer skies of St. Petersburg.
But you got some good memories, don't you?
Oh, yeah, from here, Lang Field. Heck yeah, we had a lot of good memories. Started here, 1947, St. Pete.
Well, I've been coming here 50 years.
So which memory, huh?
So I had a lot of fun games, fun times at St. Pete. It's a great baseball city, and I always enjoyed it.
In 1984, Sparky Anderson becomes the first manager to win World Series titles in both the American and National Leagues. And Frank Morsani makes a deal to buy the Minnesota Twins. He backs off the deal after he's promised the area will receive future considerations from baseball. Morsani attempts to buy the A's in 1985. That falls through when Oakland gives the team a new stadium lease. He tries for the Texas Rangers, but again is thwarted. In 1988, the White Sox announced they are going to leave Comiskey Park in 1990, and it becomes public knowledge that they have opened talks with St. Petersburg officials. That's in July. In November, ground is broken on a facility that would eventually be known as the Thunderdome. The White Sox never come. Oh, there were the dreams again when the Major Leagues started talking expansion, but baseball selects one group from 3 that wanted to own a team in our area, and the group falters. It doesn't have the money when needed. Miami and Denver gets the franchises. There is hope in 1991 when the Mariners go up for sale and a group of Tampa Bay investors steps forward with a deal. It falls through. Nintendo wins that game. In 1992, it's a lock. Vince Naimoli and his group get a signed deal with the San Francisco Giants owner, Bob Lurie.
It has taken advantage of an opportunity that this Bay Area has been waiting for much longer than I have been a resident, and we believe that there is every good reason that we should be and will be approved.
Baseball again plays its own game, behind closed doors. In November that year, the owners vote against relocating the Giants. The dome sits empty. Lawsuits started flying. The buzzwords in the nation's capital are antitrust exemption. The owners start talking expansion again. With a deadline of April 1st in Phoenix for the taxes to build a new stadium, the pressure is on. Tampa Bay and Phoenix are immediately odds-on favorites. Tonight, the dome still sits empty, but you can almost hear the cheers for the home team. The home team that will start playing here in 1998.
And I'm still trying to believe it. I'm going to go home and pinch myself just a little bit more tomorrow, wake up and say, it really is here. Gail?
I think we're going to have a few reminders that it's here for a week or two to come at least.
I think for about 3 years.
All right, Dick. Thanks a lot.
Getting the Thunderdome ready for baseball will take some major renovations and a lot of cash. At the Dome dugouts, they remain half-finished. Locker rooms and administrative offices are empty shells. The Dome will also need new scoreboards and, of course, 132,000 square feet of artificial turf. The estimated price tag, $30 million. Officials are hoping for some state funding to help foot the bill. The Thunderdome will also be home to 48 luxury skyboxes. Their construction comes as the Bay Area's two other big league teams try to secure new home fields. Tonight, News Channel 8's Diane Perkmer takes a look at whether the baseball team will steal fans and corporate support.
The Thunderdome playing field may be a little chilly now, but fans are warming up fast.
I think it's going to be great for the economy. I think it's going to be good for the area.
But is there enough interest to fill seats here and here and here? Enough deep corporate pockets to sell out all those high-priced luxury suites? The Devil Rays slide into town just as the Lightning build a new arena and the Bucks demand a new stadium, leaving corporations to coordinate a triple play of support. A change of ownership for the Buccaneers has many companies re-signing skybox leases they let lapse when fan interest plummeted with the team's record. But one corporate insider says businesses can ignite a fever for all three teams by making the games more accessible.
I want to make sure that anyone and everyone that wants to go or wants to participate with our new team can do that. And the corporate commitment has got to be there.
The Bucks' losing streak and the Lightning's better record offer an important lesson. Fans want a winner and won't hesitate to spend money to see one.
The corporate people who are buying boxes want those boxes to be attractive to their customers, which are fans, and want them to go. Some of the reasons that the boxes dropped off at the Buccaneer games was that the corporate people who were buying boxes couldn't find anybody who wanted to go. Therefore, it's not a good investment for them.
With the average box starting at $50 grand, many companies are expected to double up to share costs. After so many years of waiting, Tampa Bay can't afford to play favorites. In Tampa, Diane Perkmer, News Channel 8.
And for companies that can't afford skyboxes and suites, snap up season tickets instead. It seems just about everybody has an opinion about the impending onset of Major League Baseball in Tampa Bay, so you knew he'd be here.
Perhaps no one as outspoken as our commentator Daniel Ruth, who is joining us now with his views on the subject. Everybody seems to want to talk about this name, but you want to get started.
I brought you both a present tonight. This is the tomorrow's front page of the Tampa Tribune.
Hot off the press.
This is a photostat copy of tomorrow's front. It's a present.
Steady, Dan. So
it's a present.
I'll hold it up.
Thank you.
For the two of you, for you to hang up on your walls there. And it's also, this is also called marketing.
Yes, so you can get this in the morning.
You can buy this for 25 cents.
Tomorrow, the real front page will be in color, though.
Yes.
It'll look a lot better.
I thought, you know, give you a little preview. I thought you'd like to have
Well, you're a big baseball fan.
Yes,
you love the sport.
I have a distant relative who's in the Hall of Fame.
Who's not Babe.
Yes, indeed.
How about that?
Indeed.
Well, I guess we'll have to talk about this story at another time.
Okay.
But what about the name thing? You've been
well,
talking
you know,
about
the
this
name
a
has
lot.
been a big controversy, and a lot of these people have been carrying on about the name of this team, the Devil Rays, and, you know, everybody's going to have a different opinion. But I sat down tonight after dinner, and I just, you know, we don't have a lot of time, so I just quickly scratched out a few other nicknames that we find in sports.
Which are pretty amazing.
Which are much worse than the Devil Rays.
What are some of your favorites?
Well, there's a team, Southern Illinois University, is the Salukis, which is a racing dog, for God's sake. So Ohio State, which is my home state, I'm from Ohio, the Buckeyes. That is a poison nut. If you eat a Buckeye, you may well die. We have the Memphis Chicks. Now, that's hardly going to strike fear into the heart of an opponent. And
Not
we have other
politically
things like
correct either.
the Arkansas Razorbacks. We're talking about a team named in honor of a pig. Excuse me, how bad can that be? The Alabama Crimson Tide. Excuse me, what the hell is a Crimson Tide? I have no idea.
You even brought you got some of your hats and things here.
Yes, now again, I took advantage of my own upbringing. I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. The University of Akron, I don't know if the camera can get a shot of this, the University of Akron is called the Zips. I grew up in Akron, Ohio. I have no idea what a Zip is. One of the most popular minor league teams, again, is from Toledo, the Toledo Mud Hens.
Oh, very famous.
Will you tell me what a mud hen is? No one knows what a mud hen is. We have the Nebraska Corn Huskers. So if you add the Texas Christian Horned Frogs.
So comparatively speaking, we've done pretty well.
Yes, we have.
We're going to be reading about your opinions on this team in the days to come?
I think we will. I think we will. But, you know, on a more serious note, if we have just a moment, I don't know what our time situation is.
No, we don't.
Okay.
You can tell us something
very quickly. This is a wonderful thing for this community. We should all be thrilled to death that they're here. But let's also not lose sight of the fact that we have things like MacDill Air Force Base, which has a much greater economic impact on the future of this entire region. And we also need to be focusing on those more realistic economic concerns.
Well, you always keep us straight on those issues anyway. Thanks, Dan, for being
here.
Thank you. Earlier tonight, we gave out a phone number you can call to vote on the name of the Tampa Bay's new team, and here it is again. To pick between the Devil Rays or the Manta Rays, you can call this number, area code 813-288-8035 by Friday, March 17th. Again, 288-8035. Remember, you'll probably have some trouble getting through. Shirts with the Devil Rays name and logo already selling like hotcakes, even on TV. Tonight, the Home Shopping Network based in Pinellas County wasted no time in offering up Devil Rays merchandise for sale.
And we'll be right back with more.
A welcome home for Major League Baseball and Tampa Bay's new team, the Devil Rays. 10 News reporter Michelle Caruso spent the day with the Revelers and reports that they are ready for the first pitch.
If ever this city smiled, it was today.
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Petersburg has arrived. We are Major League today.
Thousands came together in Benoit Park to eat, hear music, and celebrate the Devil Rays, America's newest baseball team.
Here you go, get your special section. How many you want?
The event also paid homage to those who had labored for so long to make the dream a reality.
I appreciate your applause, but you have to realize I can't do this alone. I couldn't do this alone.
This is Vince Naimoli and George Steinbrenner and Rick Dodge.
Stacey Harrell has been waiting for this day since she was a youngster.
We've waited 18 years for this. I was 7 when this began, if you can believe that. So it is about time that, you know, we have a lot of energy and a lot of synergy here, and it's going to bring all the young people out, and it's going to be great.
No children's sizes.
And even though the team's name isn't for sure yet, the gear is selling like hotcakes. This booth alone sold at least $50,000 worth of merchandise today.
The shirts are coming in hot. That's how fresh they are. So, you know, it's not enough. They're not making them fast enough.
The fun continued on into the early evening, and then it ended with a bang.
Today's celebration wasn't just about baseball. It was about community and camaraderie. The fans here hope that the spark of the national pastime brings this city closer together. From the new home of baseball, this is Michelle Caruso, 10 News. You know, you wouldn't know it by looking at that party today, but it's going to be 3 more years before the Devil Rays actually pick up a bat to swing it in the Thunderdome in April of 1998.
After a 15-minute delay, the fire marshal and the fans got to see 400 shells explode over the Tampa Bay area. The display didn't cost the city a dime. Great American Shows in St. Petersburg donated the fireworks to the city to help them celebrate the Devil Rays. Well, you could say an intimate wedding.
I was flabbergasted. My eyes were all over the place. I was just dumbfounded. And I'll feel the same way people here will get the same feeling. I'm sure they will.
And a lot of people are talking about the memories for the new team that's coming, the memories that are just starting now, the memories that began with the party tonight. A lot of excitement in this park tonight, and the big challenge now is keeping that excitement alive. That will be done through merchandising. So in the next couple of months, you can expect to see lots of Devil Rays merchandise, everything from coffee mugs to neckties to, yes, even boxer shorts.
Thank you, Sharon. And, of course, the night was capped off by fireworks, so stay tuned to News Channel 8, and we'll show you those fireworks a little later on. You know, it's well known that not everyone's happy with that name, Devil Rays.
It's starting to grow on me, but the name is not set in stone yet. Owner Vince Naimoli has set up a phone line. From now through next Friday, you can vote on whether the...
Great thing after 17 years to know. I mean, I just moved down here about 17 years, right into the middle of it, became a resident of the Tampa Bay area, and now they've got the team. And if any people ever deserve to have a team, they do. And it's going to do wonders, believe me.
And a lot of question about this, the Devil Rays. There's now a contest going on. Is it official? And once it becomes official, he can't change the name for a while.
Well, I think we'll be very lenient on that. If this contest comes up and they decide to go with the Manta Rays, they're going to refer to them, as we discussed, as the Rays. It'll be the Tampa Bay Rays, like it's the New York Yanks and it's the Chicago Sox and so forth. But it's a unique name, I will say that. I don't know how this vote is going, but I think it's good that Vince has let the fans have their say. And I think he has done a wonderful job. He really has. He stuck in there. He hung in there, Andy, when everybody said, give up, we're never going to get it.
Right.
And he and Rick and the mayor, all those people, Bill Young, the congressman, who just waited patiently, feeling, and Connie Mack, that they would get what should rightfully be theirs, and they got it. And you can't be happier for Tampa Bay than you are now.
A lot of scrambling going on down there on Wednesday. You know, Vince and Jerry Colangelo going back and forth.
Yeah.
And there's speculation that had to do with the franchise fee and the fact that Orlando was willing to pay more. What actually happened?
Well, I don't want to get into the private workings, but it was one of the most difficult 12 hours I think I personally have ever been through, because I made commitments to Critchfield, Jack Critchfield. I made a commitment to Naimoli, and I tried to advise them what to do and not to do, and they were tremendous. And then when it looked like it may be unraveling, I'll tell you, I haven't worked that hard in a long time, but it was for the great cause.
These guys are leaders. I mean, and one of these days, they're going to be a committee chairman.
No doubt about it in my mind. I mean, going after Colangelo he's a brilliant sports promoter. And going after Vince, he's a great businessman. So we are gaining two very valuable commodities when we get Naimoli and Colangelo, believe me.
You're talking about the history of baseball and what it means to this country. Of course, we're going through a terrible time now. And on Thursday, before we got the announcement in Palm Beach, Bill Ussery was there.
Yeah.
And this is just part of what Bill had to say.
The owners now have proven that they will stand strong. But you know something? The players have proven they will stand strong. Now, we prove that to each other. Can't we prove that we can sit down and make an agreement? That's all I'm talking about, you understand? That's fair to the players and it's fair to the owners. There's been great sums of money lost doing this dispute. And the clubs that were in trouble are in real trouble now. And players will begin to losing a lot of money very shortly.
Here's a mediator who has done like 1,000 cases, says this is the toughest thing he's ever had to do.
I know he has. And when the union called him at one point, one of the union officials, who was a bright young man in my opinion, said that he was a senile old man. He is not. Bill Ussery is an excellent mediator with a great record. He is very much labor-oriented. He came from a labor union into this position. And when at the start we all agreed, when the President of the United States appointed him, we all agreed, okay, we'll go with this now. And then when he came out with his recommendations when the two sides couldn't meet, the union said no to his recommendations, and we accepted them. So I think that's one point where we showed our willingness to work with the system that was set up by the President of the United States. And I must say, President Clinton, I think, did a good thing at the outset in trying to get peace.
If the public called right now and said, Mr. Steinbrenner, will we see the real players this year?
Yes, I'd say yes, we will see them this year. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. And that message goes to everybody. There's no animosity from me toward any of my players. I mean, they're my family. And I will protect those who chose to come in and try. Anybody throw out one of my guys, they'll spend the rest of their life in court. I guarantee it. I'll break them with lawyers if I have to. If I turn anybody trying to do something that for a replacement player. On the other hand, there will be no animosity towards the fellows that took the way of the strike, as far as I'm concerned. Those are my family, those players. If they had a need right now, like Steve Howe had, I'm there to help them.
George, we've been talking baseball, but a couple of months ago it was football, and that was a hot item here. You put a bid in for the Buccaneers. You were rather emotional that day.
Well, yes, because I'm a Tampa Bay resident. I love this area. I moved here in '74. I would never leave it. There's so much excitement here, so much lifestyle. It's so great, Andy. And I think we have to hold on to the great things we have. And pro football is one of them. Now that we have baseball, I mean, we're major league. We're big league, the Tampa Bay area, and it should always have been that way. Now we've had to work hard to get it. And I just didn't want to see the Buccaneers playing somewhere else, that's all.
George, thanks for your time. I know you're on a tight schedule. You have to catch a plane to Cleveland, and I know you're running late, so we got you a little gift here because you're on a tight schedule.
Oh. You know my downfall.
You don't have to go buy Krispy Kreme.
You know my downfall.
There you go.
Krispy Kreme donuts and ice
Just
cream.
take
That's
those on
my
the plane.
downfall.
There you go.
Thank you, Andy.
George, thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's go back to Colin.
Come on, George. One Krispy Kreme right here. All right. Devil Rays, Manta Rays, we're giving you, the loyal Channel 1311 viewer, the option to choose. Thus far, the people have spoken. 78%, they love Manta. 22% like Devil. This, by the way, is our poll. Here's the number if you'd still like your voice heard directly to the team.
He still has the 4.4 speed. Wide receiver.